Let's talk about what makes this game so good. Hello everyone, Michael from Them Peeps here, and this week we're going to be talking about Game Dev Tycoon for computer and mobile.
Before we get into the nitty gritty of the review, if you are into indie games then make sure you hit subscribe and click the bell to stay notified. As gamers, we've all thought about making our own game. With Game Dev Tycoon, this dream can become a reality. Well, sort of. Game Dev Tycoon is a nice way to kill some time. It's simple, relaxing and entertaining. You take control of a budding game dev studio which at first consists of you working in your garage, but moves all the way up to a state-of-the-art studio. If you hadn't guessed by the name of the game, you'll need to develop games in order to earn money to progress. There's a massive selection of genres to choose from, but you begin with a random select few. You'll need to mix and match these to create combos which will entertain your customers and impress the critics. In the creation of your game, you'll need to set how much time your team will be spending on the various aspects of development. There's a slight puzzle aspect in figuring out what genre combos work and what percentage of development time should go where, but once you figure it out, it gets pretty easy. If you get stuck for cash, you can work on contracts, which is a good way to earn some quick money and research points. Speaking of research points, my main piece of advice would be to always be researching. New topics and genres are invaluable and you'll always want to be working on your game engine. You can hire staff to expand your company to be able to create bigger games. You can offer training to develop their skills, something I always forget to do, but if you do remember, it is a big help. Depending on how much money you put behind a job advert, there are some potential staff members which are better than others. Towards the end of the game, it becomes a toss-up to being loyal and training your team or replacing them with more talent. I found the biggest hurdle for me when I started playing this was getting out of the first area, mainly due to the fact I had no idea what I was doing with the genres I started with. Each time you upgrade your studio, you can hire more and more people. Eventually you can conduct R&D, which is really cool because you can develop your own games console. I love the look of Game Dev Tycoon. I think the isometric style works well. The soundtrack is okay. I did find the main song to get a bit repetitive after long sessions. The mobile controls are fine. I didn't have any problems at all. There is always some concern with mobile ports of games, so I was glad this was done well. Now I'll be honest, this isn't an exciting game, but it is a nice mellow experience which I find delightful when I need a bit of chill time. It's ridiculously addictive, which can lead to some pretty long play sessions. Be warned. Game Dev Tycoon is a sweet little sim game that I think most people could pick up and play, especially now it's out on mobile. I'm going to give Game Dev Tycoon 8.5 out of 10. It's a nice experience, and if you're into sim games, then it's definitely one you should check out. Well, that's it for this week's review. I hope you enjoyed it. Until next week, ta-ta for now.